Good morning to all of you. Yesterday we have seen that the different types of the erection equipment, that is cranes of various types such as tower crane, crawler crane, roofing jeep crane, floating and dredging equipment. So such type of the cranes we required on the construction site for lifting of the various prefabricated members on a particular locations, as well as the pre-stress concrete member or precast concrete member at a particular locations on a site. So in today's lecture we are going to learn floating and dredging equipment. So what do you mean by the floating and the dredging equipment? Dredging is the operation of excavation material from a water environment, sometime temporarily created. Possible purpose of dredging include improving existing water features, reshaping land and water features to alter drainage, navigation and commercial use, for the purpose of constructions of the dam, then dikes, harbors, and other control for the stream and shore lines, and recovering valuable mineral deposit or marine life having commercial value. In all but a few situations, the excavation is undertaken by a specialist floating equipment, and we called it as a dredger. So dredging is carried out in many different locations and for many different purposes, but the main objective behind the dredging are usually to recover material of value or use, or to create a greater depth of water. So I will share with all of you the today's presentation about the dredging equipment. So the today's presentation topic is on floating and dredging equipment. Okay, and this is from the module 4. So here the last article of the module 4 is floating and dredging equipment, and in today's lecture we are going to talk about this floating and dredging equipment. Now, as far as the underwater construction point of view, for example, the docks and harbors. Okay, the docks and harbors, which is required for the transportations of the goods from one nation to another nations or within the country also. So we require the offshore constructions for the docks and harbors. So how the constructions of the docks and harbors will going on? What are the various different types of the equipment generally be required for the constructions of the docks and harbors? Even the constructions of the dam, because the dam is constructed across the river for various purposes, to supply the water for the entire city, to supply the water for the industrial purpose, to supply the water for irrigation, to supply the water for hydroelectric power generations. So that is the main purpose behind dam. Okay. So while constructions of the dam across the river, we require certain equipment, okay. So which type of the equipment generally be required for the constructions of the dam? Because the dam is also constructed within the water submerged area. Then also one of the important civil engineering constructions, that is the constructions of the bridges. Okay, the constructions of the bridges is also you can say constructed across the river for the purpose of transportation of the vehicles. So while constructions of the bridge pier, we require certain equipment to excavate the pier foundations for the purpose of bridges, okay, as well as for the constructions of the bank of the river, okay, somewhere due to the erosion problem, due to the higher velocity of the flow when the water is flowing through the river, there will be a possibility of the erosion of the bank of the river. So we have to protect the bank with the help of certain the constructions. Then we called it as a river training work. Okay, so we can do the training work, the river training work, with the help of the stone pitching or the concrete. So first we need a certain equipment to do that work. So whenever there will be a possibility of underwater constructions, we require a major equipment. So in this lecture, we are going to talk about this floating and dredging equipment. Now, what is the dredging or the floating equipment? So dredging is an excavation activity or operation that is usually carried out at least partially underwater, okay, in shallow seas or the fresh water, with the purpose of gathering up down sediment and depositing of them at different locations. So here in all situations the operation is undertaken by special floating plant, and we called it as a dredger. Okay, so generally whenever there is a possibility of excavation underwater for various projects like let's say bridge pier constructions, then dam constructions, then river training work, then the offshore, onshore constructions such as docks and harbors. So special equipment we required for the excavation purpose on such areas or such projects. Then we called it as a dredger, okay, floating plant, and we called it as a dredger. Then what do you mean by the dredger? A dredger is a piece of equipment which can dig, transport and damp a certain amount of underwater laying soil in a certain time. Okay, so dredger is a special type of equipment, and with the help of that dredger as a JCB, okay, JCB is used for the purpose of excavation of various types of the soil on the ground. But if you want to construct the excavation of the foundation underwater, for example, the foundations of the bridge piers or the foundations of the dams or river training work. Okay, so in such situations we require a special types of the equipment for the digging purpose, excavation purpose, and transport of that excavated material, and we have to dam certain that material into the lorry or truck. So we require certain special type of equipment, and we called it as a dredger. So this is about the small introductions of the dredger. So also we should understand the quantity of soil moved per unit of time, we called it as a production. Okay, so whatever may be the soil which is excavated by that dredger in 1 hour, okay, then we called it as the production rate of that dredger. So the selections of the dredger or this equipment is generally depends upon the nature of the work, the types of the work, then the depth of the water, then the soil conditions, which is hard or soft, or you can say the hard rock. So depending upon that, we are going to select the dredger. So as far as civil engineering point of view, whenever there is a certain project will going on the site, for example, if you want to construct a bridge pier across the river, then as per our plan, for example, a bridge pier is a circular pier which is having certain dimensions, and as per the design criteria also we have certain depth. So, but underwater excavation, which type of the equipment generally we have to use? So this equipment we called it as a dredger. So whenever there is a underwater excavation, so with the help of dredger we can do the excavation very easily. So there are four phases in case of the underwater excavation with the help of dredger. First one is the excavation. So the excavation, as per the, you can say, the required depth. For example, this is a particular river, okay, and if you want to do the excavation in this particular area, so as per our design depth, the depth is, for example, below the bed of the river is 2 meter or 3 meter. So such kind of the dredger we have to utilize to excavate the quantity of the earth or any type of the strata below the bed of the river. So there are four phases. First, we need to excavate, then we need to lift the excavated materials from this particular area. Then we need to transport, means whatever may be the excavated material uh, in this particular area, we need to dam to another positions or another locations, or even we need to dam that particular excavated material into the truck or dumper. Such is the third phase, that is the transportation of excavated material and then disposal. So these are the four phases we should understand. So as far as concerned with the excavation, so how much excavation is carried out, that is depends upon the design of this bucket. Okay. So this is the locations of the dredger. Look at this diagram. We have this particular dredger. This is known as the boom or the pipe, which is made up of with the steel brace systems. Then this is the operation, the cabin for operator, and there are certain cables or wires, and at the end of this boom or the pipe brace system, there is a hanging of the bucket. Okay, and this is but the size of the buckets will depends upon the production rate. Production rate means amount of work due in 1 hour in that is the meter cube per hour. That is the production rate. So the production rate again depends upon the type of soil which we can excavate it below the depth. Okay. Then lifting, then transportation and disposal. So these are the four phases, main four phases in case of the work. Then why dredging? This is the questions in front of us. Why dredging? Okay, dredging is the equipment generally. So capital works, creation of new facilities such as harbors, basin, dipper, navigation channel, etc. So these are the areas where we require the dredging. Okay, dredging means what? The excavation underwater constructions. For example, in case of the navigation facility, so the navigation facility generally happen in case of the water. Okay, so we require certain channels for the purpose of navigation. So For excavation of the channels underwater, we require certain equipment. Then the one of the important equipment we called it as a dredger. Then another infrastructures. Any kinds of the civil engineering work, if you want to carry it out underwater, the dredging equipment is one of the equipment by which we can excavate very easily. Then coastal engineering. So this is the area where we are going to excavate. So in case of the coastal area or marine, you can say the structures, that is the docks and harbors. What is the main purpose of docks and harbors? To export and import the goods from one nation to another nation through the sea transportation. So we require docks and harbors. For example, in case of the railway stations or the bus stand, we require a stand to stop the vehicles, buses on particular stand. Such stand we require in case of the offshore or onshore. Okay, we called it as a docks and harbors. Okay, so the constructions of the docks and harbors underwater, uh, whatever may be the foundation work is carried out, we can do with the help of the dredging equipment. Then mining industry. So mining is also one of the important area where we require underwater constructions. So with the help of this equipment, we carried out this mining industry easily. Then offshore industry also. So maintenance work. So maintaining design depth of navigation channels and the ports means as per the design depth, we are going to select the dredging equipment as per your design depth of the navigation channel and ports. Then careful removal of contaminated material, reuse or relocations of the material. So these are the things why we need the dredging. Okay. So somewhere the new work is going on, such as the navigation channel, infrastructure, coastal engineering, then mining industry, offshore industry. In case of the maintenance work also, certain maintenance work is going on in the underwater. We require certain equipment to carry out the work. Then with the help of this dredging, we can carry it out. Then the remedial works also. So for example, the careful removal of contaminated materials. For example, certain materials, if you want to remove from a particular river or reuse or regulation of the materials. So with the help of dredging, we can do this much of the work underwater. So these are the areas where we require the dredging. Okay. Then the types of dredger equipment are there. So two types of equipment are there, that is the mechanical dredger and the hydraulic dredger. So look at this particular the tables. So we have the continuously and discontinuously. As far as concerned with the hydraulically dredger and the mechanical dredger, the transportation via pipeline will be there in case of the hydraulically, and as far as there will be a hydraulic pipe or boom, we called it as a, and in front of that there is a bucket attached. Okay, but as far as concerned with the mechanical dredger, the transport via conveyor belt, there is a pulley arrangement, there is a conveyor belt, and in front of that belt we have to attach the bucket for the purpose of the constructions. Okay, in the underwater. So transport via grab or ship or truck. So these are the things we can you can say remember as far as concerned with the mechanical dredger point of view. Then see here the mechanical dredger, different types of the dredging operation is carried out. This is the aerial view of mechanical dredging. So we have the base. Okay, here particularly underwater. This is a the ship model. Okay, and within this ship model, we have the caisson. This is a caisson means it is the area where we can put the equipment. We call that as a dredger, and this is a particular boom which is hydraulically or mechanically. Okay, and if you want to excavate certain amount of material from the bed of the river or bed of any sea. So with the help of such kind of operation, we can easily excavate underwater. So this is one of the important equipment. So remember that the how much the amount of work will do, that is meter cube per hour, that is the production rate in case of the dredger. Then this is also one of the important work is going on. So look at this thing. Dredging material are being stored on a barrage. This is a particular location where the excavated material we can dam. So this is the locations or the positions of this dredging equipment. Then if you want to excavate the material and if you want to dam that material into particular locations, so this is the barrage. Here we can dam the excavated material. So this is the main purpose of the mechanical dredger. Then also look at here the dredging materials being deposited. So from this position or from this location, if you want to excavate the material, then excavation will be there. Then lifting of that material, and then there is a truck or dumper or tractor. We can dam that material into that lorry or dumper or truck. So this is the work is going on in case of the underwater. Okay. So the mechanical dredger are material conveyed by the mechanical conveyor, or we call it as a belt conveyor. So look at these three important the mechanical dredger: bucket, ladder dredger, then grab dredger, and dipper or backhoe dredger. So these are the three main important types of the mechanical dredger. So as far as concerned with the first mechanical dredger, that is the bucket ladder dredger. So look at this bucket type dredger. We have the different component parts here. So as far as concerned with the main features of the bucket dredger, we have the side, you can say the chute, you can say here. Then we have the cabin for the operator, sitting of operator. Then we have the pulley arrangement here. So top trembler, then ladder pivot. So about this ladder pivot, the bucket is rotated in clockwise or anti-clockwise directions while excavation and lifting of the excavated material from this particular area. Then also we have the head wire. So generally this head wire is used, or it is important while lifting of the excavated material from these locations. So head wire is also one of the important the component parts of the bucket ladder dredger. Then we have the side wires. Okay. Then ladder host wire. So this is attached with the main head wire. Then we have the bottom tumbler, that is the bucket, and this bucket is also having certain the teeth to excavate the material from locations where if you want to excavate the material for the foundation purpose. Then we have the bucket chain. So this chain is attached with the top tumbler. So then we have also a ladder, or you can say the pulling chain. So how the operation is carried out with the help of a bucket ladder, we will see in the next slide. So these are the main important component parts. So the question is like this: describe the working principle of bucket ladder dredger. So what we have to do? You have to do draw this particular diagram, with label it, and enlist the various component parts, and explain how the working is carried out with the help of bucket ladder dredger underwater. Then this is the you can say the top view of the bucket ladder dredger. So this is the place where we have to place this particular bucket ladder dredger to carry out the work underwater. Then this is also the another important the view of the bucket ladder dredger. How, so see here we have the different types of the bucket. So we will see how the working principle will carried out in case of the bucket ladder dredger. So we have the working principles. The bucket ladder dredge is, you can say, position on 6 wires. Generally, it has the 6 wires. Then, under working condition, the dredge swing around the bow anchor. We have the anchors arrangement for the this. You can say this anchor is attached with the 6 wires, and then the bow anchor line or the headline can have length longer than 1000 meters. So a huge length of the bow anchor line will be there. Then in order to avoid dredging of the wire or the soil, which result in a smaller radius, the wire is supported by a headline pontoons. Okay, pontoon means a ship model. Okay, so we call it as a pontoon. So the wire is supported by headline pontoon. So this is particularly we have to sit all these arrangement in a pontoon or ship model, and then the work is carried out. As a result of this long headline, the cut width can be large as well, that is the 200 meter or more. So the headline, long headline will be there, that is the 200 meter or more. So if you want to construct in horizontal, you can say the horizontal distance from your location. So you can excavate up to the 200 meters also with the help of the bucket dredger equipment. Then the side line winches take care of the swinging of the dredge as well as the power necessary for the cutting process. So the cutting process is also very important. So swinging means the anti-clockwise and clockwise direction is possible with the help of sideline winches. The wing speed depends upon the soil conditions, the layer thickness cut. So the operation or the production rate of this bucket line dredger is depends upon the soil condition, means which type of the soil we are going to excavate, that is hard soil or murum or hard rock will be there, and the layer thickness, how much thickness of the layer. So the production rate of the dredger will depends upon these two parameters, that is the soil conditions and the thickness. This type of dredge is suitable for excavation, soft ground sand or the gravel. So these are the area where we require this particular equipment, bucket type dredger, mechanical bucket type dredger. So this is the area where we are going to use soft ground excavation or sand or gravelly type, the soil condition is there, then we can use such type of the equipment. So we should also understand the certain specifications regarding about this particular equipment. The size of this vessel is about 60 meter in the length and 15 meter in width, having a draft of about 2.5 to 3 meters. So as far as concerned with the sizes, 60 meter in length and 15 meter in width and about 2.5 to 3 meter the height. Okay. The capacity of the bucket is about 1 cubic meter. So the capacity of this bucket type mechanical dredger is about 1 cubic meter. The digging depth commonly extended to 1 cubic meter. Okay. So generally this is a particular digging, you can say this specific limit with the help of this particular equipment. The output of the particular bucket is 250 cubic meter per hour. So we can, this is the production rate, and we should understand this production rate because how much area we are going to excavate with the help of the bucket type excavated for the excavations of underwater. So 250 cubic meter per hour is the production rate of this type of the bucket type mechanical dredger. So another important dredger is grab dredger. Okay. So look at the grab dredger. So we have the pontoon or ship model. Okay. So this is the location where we have to put this particular equipment that is known as the grab dredger. So the main features of the pontoon, that is the ship model mounted on grab dredger. So this is the ship model on which we are going to mountain this particular grab dredger. So we have the boom. Boom means a pipe, and at the end of this is a wire rope which is attached with this particular cabin. So this is a flat cabin where the operator is sitting for the operation purpose. Then we have the at the end of the grab buckets, or we can say the clamshells and the mooring winches here. So generally, in case of the grab dredger, we should follow certain principles. The dredger can be moved by the anchor or by poles. Okay. So look at this. Moor means this is the foundation of the this particular where we have to balance the load. Okay. So the balancing of the load is generally done with the help of these mooring winches. So the mooring winches is the area where the loading balance of the whole assembly is done at this location. So when the excavation work is going on, the load will take with the help of this particular boom. Okay. And will transfer that load over the mooring winches. So the capacity of grab dredger is expressed in the volume of the grab. Then grab sizes varies between less than 1 meter cube up to the 200 meter cube. So this is the sizes of the bucket in case of the grab dredger, 1 meter cube up to 200 meter cube. The opening of the grab is controlled by the closing and hosting wire or by hydraulic cylinders. So as far as concerned with the pistons which is in our the any types of the vehicle. So as a centrifugal pump, the working principle of the this particular grab dredger is also as compared same as compared to the centrifugal. There will be a forward and backward stroke. Okay. While digging operations and lifting operations. The grab dredger, the method of anchoring and the positioning system plays an important role for effectiveness of the dredger. Then we should also look at this particular, this is a bucket where we have to insert this bucket where we want to excavate the material underwater. So it looks like as a clamshell. We were seen in the second chapter, advanced construction equipment. Then at every pontoon position, pontoon means a ship position, an area as wide as possible will be dredged. Dredged means excavated. The positioning is important to localize the beat of the grip. So the position is also important. The angle between the wire and the boom is also very important in case of minimize or maximize the production rate. So this is about the working principles of the dredging equipment. Then also we should understand certain specifications. So the hull is generally 30 to 60 meter long and 50 meter cross. The boom is being 15 meter long. So this is the boom. Okay. So the length of this particular boom is 15 meter long. The capacity of the grab dredger is expressed in the volume of the grab. The grab size varies between less than 1 meter cube up to the 200 meter cube. The opening of the grab is controlled by the closing and hoisting wire or by hydraulic cylinder. So I already mentioned that the principle of this is same as far as concerned with the centrifugal pumps. So there will be a forward and backward stroke in the cylinder in case of while excavation of the material and lifting of the material. Then I will share with all of you a particular video. So go to through this particular video. So you will able to see.
The trailing suction hopper dredges at Boskalis are ocean-going vessels that can collect sand and silt from the seabed and transport it over large distances. Boskalis deploys trailing suction hopper dredges for the construction and maintenance of ports and waterways, as well as land reclamation and coastal defense and riverbank protection. Trailing suction hopper dredges are equipped with 1 or 2 suction pipes ending in drag heads. When a vessel reaches the dredging location, it reduces speed and lowers the suction pipes to the seabed. The drag head moves slowly over the bed, collecting the sand like a giant vacuum cleaner. The mixture of sand and water is pumped into the hopper of the dredging vessel. Dredging stops when the maximum hopper capacity is reached. The vessel can discharge its load in various ways, depending on the project specifications. The vessel can discharge its load by rainbowing. Rainbowing is used when the vessel can get close to the discharge location and the previously reclaimed sand body is above or almost above the surface. The sand is sprayed through a nozzle in the bow, rainbowing in an arch through the air. Another discharge method consists of pumping the sand ashore by floating or sunken pipelines. This approach is used, for example, in land reclamation or coastal protection projects. The sand is pumped through floating pipelines into the reclamation area. The sand can also be deposited through doors located in the bottom of the vessel. Accuracy is achieved by maneuvering the vessel precisely above the designated location. Boskalis has a large fleet of state-of-the-art trailing suction hopper dredges operating on projects all over the world.
So this is one of the important, you can say, the critical work we can do underwater. Then another type of the, you can say, the dredger, that is the dipper or black hole dredger. Okay. So see, these are some of the views of the dipper dredger. So this is like as a JCB also. Only the area where if you want to excavate the material below the underwater, okay, or under below the sea level. So such type of the equipment we generally require. So the dipper or backhoe dredger, this is also similar to the land operator craveler shovel. It is mounted on a barrage. It carries a lower outer end of which a steel bucket is attached. The lever can rotate rotate both about the vertical and horizontal axis. So the rotation in case of the dipper or backhoe dredger is in vertical or horizontal directions. The bottom of the bucket can be opened by operating wire rope from the barrage. So barrage is the locations where the dipper or backhoe is, you can say, the mounted. Okay. The bucket scoop out the material, and after sleeving, the content of the bucket are dropped on the barrage by opening bottom plate of the bucket. So this is about the small principles, how the operation is carried out with the help of the dipper or backhoe dredgers. There is also certain specifications. This type of dredger can be in a depth up to 15 meter of water. See here. So the depth is mentioned here, especially 15 meter below the bed level of the water, or bed level of the river or sea. Up to the 15 meter, we can carry out the digging operation. The dipper capacity varies from 1 to 4 cubic meter, and heavy capacity of about 12 meter cube are used in the Panama Canal. Okay. So in case of the Panama Canal, the 12 meter cube capacity of the bucket is used for the constructions of the Panama Canal. So this is the capacity specifications regarding about the bucket capacity. Then the another important that is the hydraulic dredger. Hydraulic dredger is there. The hydraulic dredger use hydraulic pumps to produce a slurry of the dredged material. Okay. So profile or plain suction dredger will be there. Then cutter suction dredger will be there, and trailing suction hopper dredger will be there. So in case of the mechanical dredger, we have the three types of the dredger, and in case of the hydraulic dredger, there is also a three types of the dredger. Okay. So how the excavation is carried out with the help of the hydraulic dredger. So hydraulic dredger and mechanical dredger, the difference is that in case of the hydraulic dredger, whatever may be the excavated material produced in the form of slurry of the dredger material, and we have these three types of the dredger: profile or plain suction dredger, cutter suction dredger, and trailing suction hopper dredger. So as far as concerned with the profile or plain suction dredger, see here, the dredger is placed below this particular pontoon or the ship model, and below this there is a hydraulically operated bucket, okay, to excavate or in case of the maintenance work below the water. Then how the working is carried out with the help of plain suction dredger. The dredger are equipped with a centrifugal pump for raising mixture of soil and water to deliver the material onto the transport systems. There is a plain end suction pipe, or you can say the suction pipe is there. As far as concerned with the centrifugal pump, we have the suction pipe, then delivery pipe. Okay. So there is also, we require the centrifugal pump, then suction pipe and delivery pipe. The suction head buried to material to be excavated. So whatever may be the suction head will be there. We are going to deep inside the location where we want to excavate the material, and then this type of dredger are well suited for free running granular material. So whatever may be the granular material, if you want to excavate, so such type of the plain suction dredger is applicable. So how the working is carried out with the help of the plain suction dredger, hydraulic operated. These operate by suction through a long tube like some vacuum cleaner, but on a large scale. So the working principle is based upon the vacuum cleaners. Okay, if you might have experience about the vacuum cleaner. So the working principle is generally similar with the vacuum cleaners. Okay, a plain suction dredger has no toll at the end of the suction pipe to disturb the material. This is often the most commonly used form of the dredging. Then if you see the specification about this particular equipment, the dredging depth is about 15 meter, bucket capacity is about 6 cubic meter, then it is used for the soft material, and if a bucket capacity of about 4 cubic meter, then it is used for digging the hard materials. Okay. So see the specifications. When the bucket capacity is about 6 cubic meter, then we are going to use for the soft material excavation, and if the smaller bucket size will be there, then we are going to use for the dredging the hard material or excavations of the hard materials. Then see here the cutter section dredger. The another type of the dredger will be there, the cutter section dredger. So cutter section suction dredger, that is the CSD, a cutter suction dredger. Suction tube has a cutting mechanism at the suction inlet. The cutting mechanism loose the bed material and then transport it to the suction mouth. Okay, and then the dredging material is usually sucked up by a wear resistant centrifugal pump, and then we are going to discharge either through a pipeline or to a barrage. Okay, so there will be a trolley, or we call it as a barrage. Whatever may be the excavated material, with the help of the cutter. Okay, see here, this is a particular cutter. After cutting the particular materials from these locations, so there will be a trolley, and there will be arrangement. This excavated material is dammed into that barrage or through a pipeline. Okay, up to the location where you want to dam that material. Then cutter suction dredger are most often used in geological area consisting of hard surface material, for example, gravel deposit or surface bedrock, where a standard suction dredger would be ineffective. In recent years, dredgers with more powerful cutter have been built in order to excavate harder rock without the need for blasting. So this is about the cutter suction dredge. So today we will stop here. If anybody is having any questions, please raise your hand. I am going to download the attendance.